Who still his gear?
Can you talk about that touchdown throw?
Yeah, man.
What you did.
First of all, I think you got to love clutch moments. You know, when you get guys that can make plays and do things for you. You know, first of all, Big Mike over there, just traded for him. You know, he's a tremendous football player. We got GP on the right, Van on the right. You know, those guys. You know, Pat showed up in big ways. I mean, just guys just stepped up in key moments, and just another great moment. You know, when you're playing the game, it's a collection of, I don't know, 75 plays, and you want to see how many great moments you can have. And when we had that one in the key part of the game, obviously.
You've had a lot of, obviously, over your years, satisfying throws, touchdowns, but that seemed to be really satisfying to your reaction after you hit that.
Yeah, every time we win, it's satisfying. You know, that's, you know, it was a big time catch by Mike. You know, I just try to give him a chance, you know, and let him do his thing. You know, as a guy that's had, you know, 3+ thousand-yard seasons over his career, a guy who's made plays, a guy who's faced some adversity. You know, you love it when guys face adversity and they come through on the other end of it. You know, and you know, he had a great week of practice. I thought all of our guys had a great week of practice. We battled. We knew this is a really good football team, and they play hard, they play tough throughout the game, and we knew that was going to come down to the wire, and we made it when we needed it.
How hard to do that with a guy that literally just got here? You've got that little time with, you know, he's had that little time to get into the offense. How difficult is that to pull that off?
You know, I think that when you throw so many footballs and you play with so many different talented guys and everything else, but really it's a credit to Mike, you know, just studying the film, you know, and understanding all the extra time that we put in this week. Just having confidence in the people around you. That's what makes football so great. You know, we had confidence in the defense to get a huge stop. They did. You know, just guys answering the call. You know, the ability to respond in the midst of adversity is really what's important. And when you can do it as a collective effort, and you do it collectively as a team, and everybody not blinking, you know, we look forward to those moments, and we know that we believe that we can win them, and sure enough, we did tonight.
Russ, when you talk leading up to that 4th and 1,
Say again?
Talk about leading up to that 4th and 1. What's the key to getting that to work?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is we're trying to get another first down. We almost got one. CP almost got it. That was close, and
He did.
it's just trust. It's trust in
He
Coach
did almost
Tomlin,
get it.
what decision he wants to make and how we want to go about it. You know, we have the mentality of you know, making a play and depending on what we were going to do, and you know, I'm not going to tell you guys what we were going to do. But,
Same as Mike.
You know, what we were able to accomplish there was huge. Obviously, get that first down, just to celebrate together and know we won the game right there was huge.
Did your cadence get them off the jump, or what happened?
Yeah, just definitely hard counted and try to get them to go, but I think, you know, we got answers on different things that we want to do,
He
and
was a rookie too.
you know, I'm going to play a little cool and not tell you guys what we're doing.
Wind affecting some of the deep ones?
The win was definitely real today, but I think we could, you know, I could have made a couple more throws. I mean, you know, the deep one to GP, I'm trying to give him a chance, and you know, it just, you know, you try to launch it down there to him, and you know, most of the time it works, and that time it didn't. But it was really a long punt, you know, and so it's all right.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
go. You know, but the thing about us is that, you know, I think the biggest thing, and Coach talked about it at the end of the week, is in these moments, these critical games, and these fun games that we have coming up, and all that, and the battles that we have coming up. It's not about worrying about what happens or this and that. It's about being in the moment. You know, being so locked into the moment and loving the moment so much that you can't miss it. You know, and sure enough, we were able to do that. I think the offensive line did a tremendous job. We battled. I thought guys responded in the midst of adversity. Like I said, I think we just we needed to answer the call. And once we got that touchdown, the defense stood up like the best defense in the world that they are, and that was huge for us.
Well, Mike Williams again. Have you thrown that ball to him at all during the week? That pattern, that time?
I threw a few to him, yeah, for sure. We definitely threw a bunch of them, but just different routes and different things we did with them. And but you know, you visualize those moments and what could happen, and you know, just trusting guys. And you know, once again, that was all Big Mike there.
Russ, that first touchdown to George, did you try to back shoulder? Did you describe that catch you made?
Yeah, I mean, he's you know, special, one of the best receivers in the National Football League. I'll give him a chance. You know, he made a great play, tried to put it in his vicinity. You know, he does a great job of beating guys on routes. Man, just George is just, he's been really showing up in special ways, man. I just got so much confidence in him, who he is, the competitor that he is. His practice habits have continued to grow, and he's a warrior out there, and just how he prepares. All of our guys are. I mean, I think Van, Calvin, Pat, and all the tight ends, and just the guys up front. It starts with those guys up front, and so George is just another young star that we really believe in.
Russ, one more here.
Russell,
Washington's trying to get to where this franchise has been for 4 decades. You were in a place for more than a decade where you had excellence year in and year out. How difficult is it to build that and then to maintain it over a long period?
You know, excellence is built daily. It's built daily. You know, it's the obsession with the process. It's obsession with the adversity too, knowing that you're going to come out on the other end of it. And I think so many people they check out when it gets a little bit hard, you know, and tough, and obstacles come your way. And I think the great players, the great organizations, the great teams, they're able to overcome obstacles and just trust the process. It's a journey, and I think that, you know, obviously this organization is, you know, one of the best to ever do it. Obviously in Seattle we were able to win, you know, for those 10 years there, and just, you know, it's all about the people. You know, when you got great people, you got great coaching. Obviously, you know, in Seattle was Coach Carroll and what he was able to do and the culture he was able to build. Obviously here, Coach Tomlin has done it for 17 plus years, and I mean, there's only been, I don't know, 3 coaches here, I believe, something like that. I mean, that's fascinating in itself. That's history in itself. And Coach Tomlin's leading the way, and just Art Rooney does a tremendous job, and then Omar just, I love the confidence that he has in all of us, obviously, to make a big move like getting Big Mike, and just, I think, and Preston too, and I just think that it's a collective team effort, and, you know, culture is built over time. It's built over daily obsession with excellence, and just the last thing I would say is just by faith, you know, to be able to win games and to trust and to be in moments like that and love moments like that and trust that, you know, that it's going to work out in your favor more times than not. And I think that's the mentality you got to have. And so I just thank God for the opportunity to be here in a great organization with great players, great coaching staff, and great fan base. These towels were flying all around, man, and it's just a special thing. So, you know, I'm loving the moment.
All right, we're going to bring George.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Russell's like a really positive. He's a really positive person, and people think it's fake, but he says, you know, like, no, he truly feels this way.
George, which of those catches
I'll get
is
more
more
into it later.
satisfying? The touchdown, the 30, 40-yard slant, or the toe tap on the sideline?
I'll probably say all of them. They all help the team, you know, get us a victory. So all of them.
What was your reaction when over the years, and I don't know how much you've watched Russ over the years, but, you know, we've seen that pass from him many, many times, and here he did it again on the touchdown to Mike.
Yeah, I'll probably just say, you know, letting the ball loose. That's one of his biggest components of his game. Trusting the receivers, you know, when it's a certain coverage, when you see certain space, front pile line, back pile line, he's going to release it. So his mentality for throwing the ball is for sure superb.
George Russ was just saying your relationship, how quickly it's grown. From your standpoint, why has that grown so quickly?
I'll probably just say repetition, for sure. Throwing after practice, throwing before practice, watching memes, watching films, you know, other guys, so we can get our connection, you know, to where it's A1. I'll probably say that's the most thing.
You guys were very aggressive in your approach on offensive end. Did you sense coming in to the game you had to put up some numbers offensively to be able to?
Oh, yeah, for sure. With the offense they had, that's, you know, it's kind of college-based, which is, you know, kind of high potent, a lot of RPO, you know, RPO slants. We knew that we was going to have to put up points for sure.
George, you was bringing another wide receiver to help free you up and to give him another big target. It worked both ways. What was it like for you? How much did it help you to have the presence of Michael Williams?
Oh, it's great, man. He made a big-time play, too. So that's really all I can say.
Did you talk with him during the game to, you know, keep him engaged, keep him kind of, he said he wasn't playing a lot to that point. He was trying to stay locked in on the sideline.
Yeah, we knew situationally. I told him situationally, just stay in it. Because a guy with his size, you know, 4th down, you know what I mean, 2 minutes ago, when it's waning down, we're looking for guys like that. So I just told him, you know, stay in it.
What does it say about him that he did make that catch at the most important time when he was on a different team 5-6 days ago?
That he's still the you know, great receiver from Clemson.
George, when you had to adjust your body on the touchdown, did you kind of know, is it by design of back shoulder, just coincidence? Or what?
No, it wasn't designed a back shoulder. I was just, you know, adjusting to the ball, to be honest.
George, what allows a team to be able to come through the adversity that you guys face today?
I'll probably say grinding. Like I always say, take one day at a time. Games like this show taking one day at a time. You know, we're not looking too early to make a big play. We just running our plays.
George, what happened on the play where there was the interception? You tackled the other DB?
Yeah, interception. Guy tried to, you know, get physical with me. A lot of guys like to do that, so I got physical back.
Get in the head.
That's pretty much it.
Did you know you touched him at that point?
Yeah.
Anybody else? All right, thanks, guys.
All right. Oh, Cam Hayward's next. It's not just them. There we go.
All right, we'll open it up for Cam. Cam, I don't know how many times you've ever been on the other side of Russ Wilson throws like that, but I'm sure you've seen him. over the years.
Twice, personally, but you know, to have a quarterback that you know, stepped up in that moment, we're thankful for. Always felt confident in the quarterbacks we've had in the past. But today, he just made some plays that, you know, we needed in critical moments.
Mike talked about doing some things that hadn't been done against this team, third down stops, and especially that critical fourth down stop. What did that mean to you guys to be able to come through in this situation?
It's huge. You know, going into this game, we knew they don't punt the ball often, and that's their calling card. They have an offense that's explosive, that's methodical, that moves down the field, doesn't settle for anything less than a field goal. But when we got off, we felt great about it because we were providing more opportunities for our punt to, you know, create a splash play, and then our punt return to create a splash play, or you know, our offense going down and getting 7.
Cam, you had a couple of sacks, a couple of other linemen had tackles for loss. How do you feel that your group played?
We played good in spots. You know, I think on the goal line run, that's on me. Tried to play 2 different gaps. But I thought we made big, critical plays when we needed to. Keanu, Larry, you know, Preston, TJ, all had a hand in this. Can't say enough about Keanu's QB draw stop, big stop. And then Preston getting a QB sack on McLaurin. But, you know, it's a group of guys that are hungry every day and, you know, come to work with the right mindset.
What does it say about the personality of this team that you guys were able to show that resilience across the board in the fourth quarter when things hadn't been going well on either side for a while?
I think it, you know, it plays down to, you know, staying even keel, not getting too high, not getting too low, understanding the cards you're dealt, and, you know, playing from there. You know, I think, you know, we were down 10, and then, you know, I think we settled down a little bit and just said, all right, we got to make stops. One thing Coach John Mitchell used to tell me, 2 scores is 2 plays. And so whenever those moments happen, you just kind of relay that to the group and just try to settle back in.
Can you go on the road against a 7-2 team, you're down 10 and you win? What does it say? What can you learn from that?
We have resilience. We have guys that can step up in moments. Moments not too big. And, you know, we have newcomers in Mike Williams and Preston that are just, you know, getting into the fold and, you know, making big plays when they count.
On the sideline, what was it like to see Mike Williams make that catch his first as a Steeler?
Pretty special. You know, glad we're able to use them in Pittsburgh.
What you had expected coming in from Jaden Daniels and what you actually observed on the field, what were your takeaways from playing this?
Quarterback that can make every throw, that is, you know, even keel, and just keeps playing the game. I don't think there wasn't a situation where it was out of control where he had to do anything outside of himself, but he gives his team a chance every time he's out there.
And what are your thoughts on going for a fake punt that early in the game?
Are you talking about
Like, does it bring a mindset like
the fan in me or the defender in me? Those are 2 different things. Defender-wise, if we don't execute, I'm like, damn, you better go on your high horse because we got to get going now. Fan on me, you're just like, we were that close. But that's how this game is. You know, we understand we're not going to be perfect every game, but, you know, when I hate to say it, but when shit hits the fan, you know, you just got to step up and make plays.
Yeah, you guys knew going into the game you're going to be aggressive with a mindset like that. Kind of like that. I mean, when you know the way you're going to try to attack.
Yeah. I never want to be not aggressive. You know, when you're on your heels and you're just playing, you know, responsive football, that's not a good recipe. When you can be aggressive and make things happen, you know, you're putting yourself in a good position to win.
I said to James Pierre after that, he dropped the fake punt because he made the punt return, that's,
Yeah.
recovery, then the pass breakup leg.
Just let it go. We all mess up. I can't tell you the amount of times I've messed up or another player's messed up. If we had lost this game and we had said this is the reason why we lost, I think that's incomplete. Every game is full of little spurts where guys can make plays. And whenever something happens like that, we rally around them and we make more plays.
Anyone else?
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you.
Now we're done. So, Russ, like I was saying in between Russ and George, like Russ is this positive person. People think he's corny and think that he, doesn't mean it and he's just doing whatever. Like, no, that's really who Russ is. They said every Thursday. Now, this might change on like a Thursday night football or something. But every single Thursday, he takes the entire offense out to dinner. And he picks up the entire bill. All of it. Granted, he's getting paid by the Broncos right now. Like, he has a veteran minimum contract with the Steelers, but the Broncos are paying him tens of millions of dollars to not play for them. Excuse me. And Tyreek Hill's in the red zone. But that's the thing, is like, it's okay. Like, Russell acts a certain way, and that is really who he is. As far as George goes, amazing catch for that touchdown. Absolutely amazing catch. The slant, big catch and run. The toe tap down the sideline, that was a big catch. And there were a couple plays where people are like, what? There was the stiff arm he had where he kind of jumped and stiff armed, but the stiff arm, he was up in like the face mask, and I think he had a grip on it, and that at that point, that's offensive. It's an offensive penalty for a face mask, and it did not get called. And then what was the other one? After the interception. Now, people pointed out to where George touched, I think it was Jeremy Chin who picked off the ball, touched his leg, but I think he actually touched him 3 times. I think their cleats touched. Then his finger touched like his calf ankle area, and then he touched his leg. So he actually touched him 3 different times. But everyone points out the clear touching of the thigh as like, okay, he's down by contact. And then him and I think it was Sanistrol, the rookie from Michigan, they got into it. And George said they're just trying to be physical with him. He's going to be physical back. But here's the thing is that, yeah, they're being physical with you, but they're trying to get into your head. That's what it is. Part of this game is the physical side of it, and part of it is mental, not just knowing the plays, reading the defense, this, that, the other. It's psychological. So if you're able to... It's the Josh Norman OBJ, Josh Norman was getting in OBJ's head. Like, that's what it was. And I'm sure OBJ got in his head a little bit too. It was really both ways on that. But that's just all they're doing. And then Cam Hayward, he's absolutely right about James Pierre. Like, people mess up all the time. Players, coaches, normal people in everyday life. Everyone makes mistakes. But James had a couple of good plays. I do believe the breakup in the fourth quarter towards the end of the game, I even think that was PI. I really do. Whether it was or not, that can be debated, but to me, that was PI. Unless you want to make the argument it wasn't catchable, which I don't see how. Like, yeah, I think it hit James in the back of the head, but I think it hit James in the back of the head because he was right at the receiver. So it's really, refs are inconsistent, to say the least. And he had a great game. He really did. Preston made a play. But yeah, Cam, he is one of the leaders on the team. And I am very happy that we still have him. I'm very happy he got his contract extension before the season. So, yeah. We are going to now go to the players in the locker room. I think I'm just going to do this as one video, just to do it as this way, because I think that's easiest.
Isn't it? Yeah, each and every week in the NFL is a tough game, and today was no different. Hats off to them; they're a hell of an opponent. Young quarterback has a lot of upside. Thought he did a lot of great things today, and but we got the win, and that's all that matters.
Can you talk a little bit about? Did you guys have an idea on that last play, that fourth down play, that they were going to go towards the middle of the field here?
I mean, I did. I'm just a rusher, so I'm just trying to get to the quarterback. But I think obviously it bounced in our favor, and he was short of the sticks, and we were able to turn the ball over their offense.
3 straight here, headed to home game against the Raiders. You feel like something special is going on here. You think things are really coming together for you guys?
Oh man, I just want to celebrate this win tonight, watch the film tomorrow, and move on to Baltimore and not think about everything outside of this building.
Is that how you envisioned your saying hello to Steelers fans?
A little bit. I'll say, I was just thankful for the opportunity, for Russ to just tell me to go over there. He trusts me to go over there, run a route, and put the ball up for me. So, yeah, I think it shows that this week of prep, I was out there, catching good, running some good routes, and, just showing what I'm able to do. And, I got an opportunity to close the game and did it.
How did you know before the play the ball was going to you?
I kind of had an idea. It wasn't a line for me to be over there. He told me to go over there. So I kind of had an idea that the ball was going to be up. So I ran the route and just checked the air and caught the ball.
How many times did you ran that route this week?
None. Yeah, I didn't run it one time.
So that was a Russ check at the line of scrimmage? You just changed, basically?
Nah, it wasn't at the line of scrimmage. It was just what we talked about on the sideline. I want you to run this route. I think Calvin went out. He was running that route the whole week. He actually ran it early in the game, but yeah, it was for him, and he was out. So I went in there and made a play.
We see receivers make crazy catches all the time, but it can be a toe here out, foot there out. Did you know right away the shouldn't hit and you were good?
Oh yeah, for sure. I knew that I wasn't, out of bounds. I felt the leg touch, so I was able to get up and celebrate.
And a good first impression for you here, especially with Steelers fans?
Oh yeah, for sure. For me, I just wanted to go out there and just be myself. That's the main thing. Don't overdo things. Don't go out there and press. For me, just whenever the ball come out, make a play. And it came to me one time, and that was one of the biggest plays of the game. So just for me, just come out every day, work hard, and be great.
But it's a big week next week. AFC North is about to start up for us. It's a big week, and so we can enjoy this for the time being, but we got to lock in tomorrow and focus on Baltimore.
How do you guys force that jump off? So what's the key? Is there something to that, or art to that, or?
Russ is hard count, man. He has a really good cadence, and he did a hell of a job, getting him to jump off sides.
There, now I perfectly timed that. So yeah, variation is just players talking. So, I mean, great by Mike there to make the touchdown catch. And he is, right that he came in because Calvin was out. So that really wasn't his route. And Russ was pressured also, so he had to just lob it. So, but great throw, great catch. And, I mean, TJ, here's what everyone says. You know, oh, TJ didn't have a single tackle. I actually think that's true. He didn't have a single tackle. Well, when you're getting chipped just about every play, if not every other at absolute worst every other play, you know, if you go 5 plays and you chipped on 3 or 4 of them, you know, and maybe you're chipped on all 5. And there was one play where you have your normal blocker for TJ. It was the right tackle, right? Oops. Fantasy just keeps notifying me. But you had your normal blocker, the right tackle. And then you had a guy next to him. And I think it was a tight end. And so when the snap goes, TJ's going. And normally, if it's just your average edge rusher, it would just be one-on-one against the tackle. Well, no, the tight end's going to chip him. So now TJ Watt has come into contact with 2 people, the tight end and the right tackle. Now, as he's still starting to pursue the quarterback, the right guard says, well, I'm not blocking anybody. Let me slide over and help with TJ. So on one play, TJ Watt was hit by 3 different blockers. And here's the thing. And I don't agree with this. I think it should count. But a chip block does not count as getting double teamed. So in theory, you could get chipped 2 or 3 times, but that's not like a double team or a triple team or whatever you want to say. Like that would be, no, you went up against one guy, but I got chipped 2 or 3 times before I even got a chance to go against the right tackle. Yeah, well, not our problem. Sorry, bud. Like to me, it should be a how many people and intentionally blocked you or chipped you on that play. Which in this case for TJ, that was essentially, if we were to go under this set of rules, that would be a triple team. The tight end, the right tackle, the right guard. All of them at some point intentionally blocked or hit TJ Watt on that play. So that's just where I stand with it. And then Pat, great catch for a touchdown. He had a couple nice plays. So next would be, let me think. Next for me to record is the overview of the game. Don't know if that's already come out, will come out. Don't know what to tell you. But in the next day or 2, I will have Mike Tomlin's Tuesday press conference up for you guys, my review of that, as he talks about facing the Baltimore Ravens at home. So if you guys did enjoy this, please do leave a like. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on. I'll see all you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.